So my Orb Weaver poems actually came out of the pandemic as well. Last summer, we spent a lot of time outside on the patio, and we did a lot of sitting and watching nature. And there was one morning that we walked outside, and there was this enormous spider web, and it still had the spider in the middle of the web, and it was fascinating. It was an Orb Weaver spider. So I had the children grab their nature journals, and we were going to do nature study. So we all sat down with our art journals and our nature journals, and we started copying the spider web. And before we could even finish, the spider started gathering up her web and eating it. At least that's what it looked like. And I had no idea that this was a habit of Orb Weaver spiders. It was fascinating. And so she bundled up the entire web and ate it. And then she crawled up into this tiny corner up underneath a lantern that was hanging on the side of the patio. And she sat there, and she stayed there. And she didn't move all that day. I would go back and check on her periodically, and she didn't go anywhere. And during all of that time, I started thinking about how that's kind of the way an artist works too. That the artist is doing all of this, and then she's, at least in the case of the Orb Weaver spider, she gets, frustrated, or she's finished with that work or whatever, and she just kind of crumples it up and does away with it. But what the Orb Weaver spider actually is doing is recycling all of that webbing for something else in the future. And that is so much what writers and artists do with even the works that aren't for public view. There is something going on within the artist that it is going to come up in a future work. And so even if that work wasn't the thing, that bit is going to become a part of something else, even if it's just the practice of the habit. And so I wrote my Orb Weaver poems with that thought that this Orb Weaver spider is an artist. And so in this sense, she was also like a prophet with the scroll, or eating that bit of daily bread. And so all of my Orb Weaver poems are written with that in mind, that this is a spider, but it's more than a spider. It's sort of the way we as artists work.